Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video on the new Slayer monsters, the Glacytes that came out with this front. Sadly, I'm pretty sure they're just dead content because they're not even as good as hellhounds for hard clues, and the whole thing they said about these was that they were going to be good for clue scrollers, and they just really are not. So I AFK'd them for a little while, and I'll go into that here. I tried loads of different positioning and moving around the cannon and my dummy and everything like that to try and get the optimal position. And I came up with this one, which could not be the optimal one, but it seemed to work best for me. I put the cannon kind of in the center, and then I moved my dummy and myself to the north. The reason why I had to stand to the north is because this Glacyte, this big one, hurts like hell. And if you're not standing to the north, he will literally kill you while you're AFKing, and that is not good. This method could be very, very risky if you're AFKing and you have to pay a decent amount of attention. As you can see here, I was AFKing way too hard, my prayer fell, and within literally 5 seconds, I signed. So this is a high intensity method. It's not full AFK by any means, right? So surely this method being more risky, less AFK, and just more troublesome, it's going to be better than hellhounds, right? Not really. I was getting about 2,000 kills an hour, which would give me about 30 hard clues an hour, and about 1.5 million GP and loot. So I was getting a little bit of money, I guess, but the money I was getting just is not worth all of this hassle. Most of your money comes from hard clues, as you know, that 1.5 mil an hour that I'm getting in loot here can literally be compensated with one hard clue. On average, with default loot, a hard clue is 1 mil, and then if you include dies and stuff over time, it's literally over 1.5 mil a clue. So if Hellhounds literally provided me with a couple of extra clues over this, it pays for that loot. And they do, sadly. When AFK in Hellhounds, I was getting 2.65 thousand kills an hour with the dummy method again, and this is 35 hards an hour. So those 5 extra hard clues, I will definitely take over that 1.5 mil in loot. It is 0 risk, super AFK. You can use a Demon Horn necklace at Hellhounds, right, for infinite prayer. At the Glacytes, if I wanted infinite prayer, I needed to use penance, and even then it wasn't quite infinite, so it was still a little bit annoying. You don't need overloads at Hellhounds. You can literally use a Vecna's Skull, and, at the Glacytes, if my overload falls off, I die. It's just not worth killing them. Honestly, they are just not that great. The only thing I found that was slightly better at the Glacytes was the experience an hour. You get about 600k magic experience an hour at Hellhounds, and you get 1.1 mil at the Glacytes. So the Glacytes are more combat experience an hour, but with how many overpowered combat methods there are in the game now, I don't think people really care about that, right? They just care about their clues. So honestly, they are just way too risky and not AFK enough for what they give when Hellhounds still exist. I had high hopes for these mobs, but sadly, my hopes are destroyed. Just a little update video talking about them. I know it's not the longest video in the world, but hopefully this gets the information out there. And as always, until next time, see ya.